Underwood Family Farms.
3, 2, 1.
How many bananas do you make in a night?
In a night, we go through a bunch.
I see what you did there. From the mountains and valleys to the beaches and deserts, there are more than 170 cities in Southern California.
Each has a proud history and culture, and today we're taking you to some of them. Welcome to our SoCal Spotlight Best of Special. I'm Sheba Turk.
And I'm Jamie Yuccas. Our SoCal Spotlight segments air Fridays on KCAL News Mornings, giving you a closer look at the many diverse communities our region has to offer. We start in one of Southern California's most popular mountain towns, Big Bear.
And the first thing that may come to mind when it comes to Big Bear, of course, is the ski resort or the lake. But as I recently found out, there's so much more to do, even in the winter.
Here we are at Big Bear Ropes Course. It's a big kid jungle gym.
Guys, this is my first time doing this. Should I be nervous?
No.
Not at all. Are you scared?
No.
Okay, are you strong and you gonna catch me if I fall?
No.
Scott Voigt is the Director of Operations. Okay, you said this is what we're doing first?
This is what we're doing. We got our gear on. Are you ready?
I guess if the kids aren't, then I'm gonna have to be.
They beat us up here. Let's catch up.
All right, let's do it.
How do you even get up there?
Okay.
Oh, this is actually quite peaceful, except for that little clicker that I feel. That wasn't bad at all. Okay. I survived.
So much to see and do in Big Bear, and the great thing is they've made it very easy for you to get around. Free Big Bear trolley is the answer. Steve Broward is with Mountain Transit. He's here to tell us all about it. You guys have made it so easy to get around and see and do everything in Big Bear.
Yes, we understand that people are going to have to drive to come to Big Bear, but when you get here, you can park your car, hop on one of our free mountain trolleys. The Big Bear trolley will take us to the Big Bear Mountain Resorts. They'll also go to the Big Bear Zoo. It also services the Big Bear Village.
If you're looking for somewhere to eat, somewhere to shop, or something to do, you gotta come down to the village. This is where everything is, and they have lots of special things going on for Christmas.
Jamie,
I want to go back.
I'm glad you made it back in one piece.
Me too. You heard that scream. All right. Just like our beautiful mountains, In-N-Out is an iconic part of our culture.
That's right. Amanda Starantino takes us to the original In-N-Out Burger Museum in Baldwin Park.
I think October 22nd, 1948 should be a state holiday. I don't know why it's not, because that's the day In-N-Out opened right here in California, in Baldwin Park. The In-N-Out historian himself, Tom Moon, joins us. We're going to start with a quick piece of history. The speakers. Tell us about that.
We were the first to have them in the summer of '49. So I asked Tom Evans, our first employee, what he did before the speakers. He said, well, you just stick your head out the window and go, hey, what do you want? It was so novel at the time that a lot of people would stop at the speaker, even though nobody was at the window, just to order.
Okay, so there's our first piece of history right there. And now Tom's going to give us a little bit of a tour of inside this 10 by 10 building.
So the original was where the freeway is. The 10 freeway came through in 1954 and took out this store and the store in El Monte. And we rebuilt the replica here about 10 years ago.
And people who want to come visit, they really get to see what it was actually like in here. I can't believe that this is how they did it.
Yeah, it's super small, just 10 foot by 10 foot.
Yeah, you can take a look. You can see all the counters, everything you need to make those delicious burgers that we see. And some of the original pictures, too. I mean, we're taking a look around here, and these actually mimic exactly what was in here before.
That's exactly right. So this was a washing machine, and Harry shows up with this one day, and Tom Evans goes, we're going to wash clothes, and Harry goes, no. So they peel the potatoes, put them here, fill them with water, dice them inside, and they'd spin dry them. So you throw potatoes in oil with water, it's going to spit at you in 350 degrees Hertz.
Ouch.
But they take this oops.
It comes right out.
It comes right out, and then they dump it in the inside.
Yeah. Clothes, potatoes, the same thing. All right. Well, what a cool piece of history. Everyone gets to come and enjoy. We're going to enjoy an In-N-Out burger right here, because you can actually get In-N-Out. It's right around the corner now, right here in Baldwin Park. All right, I got to go. I have a burger to eat.
Oh, I'm envious. It looks so good. Baldwin Park was incorporated in 1956, the same year as Montclair, about 70 miles down the 10 freeway east. Rick Montanez shows us where you can bring out your inner artist there.
This cool spot in Montclair was created by Guillermo Luna, the artist, owner, creator here. This is the splash room. Tell me what people get to do in here.
They get to come in here and make a mess, period, right? So there's balloons filled with paint, usually covered in paint too as well. You get darts, you get exploded. There's paint guns. We can even do glow-in-the-dark paint inside here too.
And so we have the paint guns. We're going to pick these up and test these out. So you've got one, I've got one. Tony's standing back so we don't get him messy. 3, 2, 1.
We do paint parties here. We do glow-in-the-dark paint parties too. But not only that, I work with the community and do paint parties events over there, senior homes. I do all of it.
Sharing the art with the community,
Correct,
which is such an incredible thing because so many of us can tap into some sort of creativity no matter what you do.
Everyone's an artist. Everyone's an artist. And even if you don't know how to paint, you'll know how to paint.
Well, you will teach them. So we're looking at some of these paintings that people have done out here. There are so many things in this gallery, including a lot of work that Memo has done himself here. What does it mean to be able to share your artwork with the Montclair community?
I mean, just to express my work and my style and hopefully to inspire someone else to get creative too as well.
Yeah, and an outlet. I mean, even just being in there in the splash room, that was so much fun.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you can be a little destructive, a little messy, it's just some stress relief.
Something you can't do at home.
So when people book their parties with their friends here, their private events, people can bring food, there's drinks.
Of course, yeah. You bring your drinks, food, and play your own music and, you know, get a little messy, get a little wild.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we appreciate you showing off Memo's Canvas here in Montclair where people can sign up. You can come just check out the artwork. Lots of cool stuff to see. Back to you guys.
From one art scene to another, this time in Glendale, Alex Viston visited a bright and unique museum. Take a look.
Yes, we are at the Neon Art Museum. We are learning about the history of neon art here. And not only are there exhibits, but there are classes that you can take to learn how to build some of this too. So I want to bring in Executive Director with Corey Siegel here. Corey, tell us a little bit about this museum.
The museum is a nonprofit dedicated to preserving electric, kinetic, and neon art. We offer classes, we offer tours throughout Los Angeles, and we just love neon here.
And there are some iconic pieces. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, one of our visitor favorites is the Grauman's Chinese Theater Dragon. It's the longest sign on display, and it's this giant animated dragon that has been in many different movies and has this cultural touch point for people who visit.
Corey, I want you to show us this. This is represents the freeways of Los Angeles. This is probably my favorite one. Talk about that.
Yeah, so this is a piece by artist Casey Lees, and these are all the freeways that converge in Los Angeles in downtown. And a lot of people don't know what it is. They think it's an abstract art form, but then when people find out, they will point out the different routes they take to work and other things. All neon is handmade by skilled artists, and you can get in the fires and twist the glass over the flame and transform and create your own plasma artwork.
How fun. Now I really want to do that. Jamie, for now, we'll send it back to you.
That is so cool.
It really is.
And there is so much history in Southern California.
And in Fullerton, one museum is offering up-close insight into the 19th century through trains.
Tina Patel took a ride.
I always love it when we can showcase places that are free, and the Fullerton Train Museum is a place where you can come and explore what it was like to travel by rail back in the day. This is a train car that used to be used as a lounge. 1949 is when it went into service. Harold is with me, and it's kind of amazing to see just like the way people used to travel. It was nice. You actually said this area that we're in was not even the first class.
No, this is second class accommodations for coach people. It's a dining car, cafe counter located to the behind you there. The organization is totally volunteer. There are no paid employees. We all enjoy what we're doing, we think. Yeah, so.
Well, I was going to say, like, some of us can't imagine what it was like back in the day when this is the way people got around, but you actually were saying, not to date you, but you kind of grew up with rail being more common.
Yes, I grew up in the Midwest, and trains were a way of life at that time. I visited family and stuff in Wisconsin from the Chicago area.
Twice a month you open it up for people to come, and you were telling me a lot of families like to come and see this, don't they?
Yes, it's family oriented. We're open on the first and third Saturdays from 9 a.m. until noon, and it's all donations. There's no fee. As you said, it's free, but we do accept donations because we are a 501c3 organization. You know, some of us are not getting any younger, and so we need the enthusiasm from the younger generation to come and help us prepare.
Well, thanks for giving us a little tour this morning. Again, first and third Saturday of every month, free to come and visit.
I love free.
I know, and I love trains. I grew up riding them. So cool. All right, now to majestic creatures left in deplorable conditions. One rescue in Chino Hills is working to rehabilitate abused horses.
Oh, but the nonprofit can't do it all alone. Amanda Starantino stopped by.
This is just a piece of heaven here in Chino Hills. This is Red Bucket Equine Rescue and Sanctuary, and it is definitely a sanctuary for all these horses here. Just look how sweet this one is. And this is just one of the 150 horses that have been saved here and are being so well taken care of. President and founder Susan Pierce, tell us a little bit about this rescue.
Oh, well, we rescue horses.
They love it.
Yeah. Most importantly, you know, we're giving them back their confidence in themselves and in mankind. All of them have been abused, starved, or neglected. And this is a place where they get to be safe. It's the ranch the horses own, which means they own it.
And this is their home. And tell us how these horses have got here, because it's so hard to imagine. I'm a horse lover, and I feel like even if you're not a horse person, they're just beautiful creatures that we've been given that they can come with such neglect as well.
Oh, yes. Well, I think most people don't understand that we have an epidemic in this country. We have over 130,000 unwanted horses. And where are they to go? There's really no plan, and we're doing everything that we can with the goal of doing more.
And you guys are all donation based, so what should people be doing?
Well, donating, and people don't realize that it takes a lot to run this place. Our hay bill alone is $32,000 a month. That's just for hay. That's not feed or veterinary care or farrier care or mortgage or all of the other things that we need. We really welcome the support.
Again, this is Red Bucket Equine Rescue and Sanctuary in Chino Hills, and really just a piece of heaven for these horses that need this life-saving work. Thanks to Susan and her whole team here. In Chino Hills, I'm Amanda Starantino, KCAL News.
Oh, what a wonderful place.
Yeah, and much needed for those horses.
Absolutely. You may have driven by them on your way to Palm Springs and wondered, what are they doing on the side of the road?
Coming up, we're putting the spotlight on the Cabazon dinosaurs. Plus, a look at the marine creatures that lie underneath the iconic Santa Monica Pier.
Ooh. Desert with a side of dinosaur? It's a roadside attraction you've probably seen.
Taking you back to prehistoric times, Alex Viston takes us inside the Cabazon dinosaurs.
I want you to just imagine something really quick. You're driving along the 10 freeway, you're going to Palm Springs, and you see this. A Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, this is Mr. Rex. He is probably the most popular dinosaur here at the Dinosaurs of Cabazon. And I want to bring in Dino Wrangler. That's what he calls himself, Joshua Munoz. Joshua, we can go inside this dinosaur.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
How did these dinosaurs get here?
Yeah, so the builder, Claude Bell, owned this land since the mid-40s. And starting in 1965, I believe, he started building the Denny, the Apatosaurus outside. And in 1986, he actually finished up this guy right here, the guy we're about to walk into, Mr. Rex.
And what is this made out of?
So this is made out of rebar and concrete. And I believe some metal wire on the inside, but nothing more. Nothing more. It's pretty simple, actually.
I mean, this is such a sight and a little bit random, right?
Very random. Everybody that comes in, the number one line they always say, I didn't know this was here.
People probably from all over the world?
People from all over the world, particularly fans of the movie Pee-wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Okay, so take a look at this. We're at the top of Mr. Rex's head. Tony, do you think you can you see outside of the teeth?
Yes, you can. Look at this. We have the entire view. First of all, we see Denny and her pink suit, and we see the mountains. Yeah. And the freeway. It's crazy. It's crazy. Definitely a sight to see. It gets really windy up here as well.
I can already feel the wind coming through here. We've had so much fun here. This is really cool. A really cool stop. I have, driven past this place so many times. I can't tell you how many times. I've never had the date shake. Now I can check that off my list. And I've never been here, but now I can check it off of my list. So we've been having lots of fun. Joshua, thank you so much. We'll send it back to you.
I love how excited Alex was about all of that.
And to be inside of a dinosaur's head.
And look there's a road.
Only the antics that happen in SoCal Spotlight. All right, the Santa Monica Pier is one of the most famous landmarks in the world, of course.
Yes, it is. But below the carousel lies a special place teaching adults and kids about what lies underneath the ocean's surface.
Amanda Storantino dove into the Heal the Bay Aquarium.
We're just casually petting some sharks over here. So Antonella, tell me what it feels like when you touch it.
A rock.
A rock, and what else does it feel like?
Squishy.
Squishy. So that's what these kids are learning about. Robert Amos is with our education program here at Heal the Bay. Why is it so important for kids to get involved like this?
So the students come to our educational facility under the Santa Monica Pier so that they can learn all about the world around them, the ocean and the local creatures that live there. They're developing stewardship. They're understanding that they are a part of the world and can have power and agency when it comes to the protection of these animals. And if you guys want to learn more about us, you can go to healthebay.org/camps, and maybe your kid can be a part of some of our seasonal camps.
Laura Rink is with the aquarium, and you're focusing on the sea star over here. That's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, this is our sunflower sea star. This is a species that is endangered in Southern California waters. They get up to 3 feet across, over 20 arms. They're absolutely beautiful, but unfortunately, they're non-existent in our waters these days. And they are a species that we consider keystone in that they keep our kelp forests in balance.
And you guys are working with college students as well.
We are. We're partnering with Santa Monica College for one of California's first ever aquaculture certificate programs. This is where students can learn about aquaculturing, which is growing marine organisms for the purposes of conservation and food sustainability, and they can come down to the aquarium and get hands-on workforce experience.
I absolutely love that. And it's open to the public, too, to come down to the aquarium here, Heal the Bay Aquarium in Santa Monica. You can check out all the fishies here and really get to know what makes our oceans so special. In Santa Monica, I'm Amanda Storantino, KCAL News.
Santa Monica marks the end of Route 66.
The iconic road stretches through many parts of the country, including Victorville.
Tina Patel takes us back in time at the California Route 66 Museum.
When you talk about Route 66, there's such nostalgia, and that's what they really lean into here at this nonprofit museum. They've got like a little 50s diner that you can come and remember what it was like back in the day. You got your pinball machines and the jukebox, of course. And then there's even the history going far back beyond that. Delvin is with me, and he's one of the volunteers here at the museum. And you got to tell me about this beauty, because it's pretty impressive.
It is, and it's a 1917 Ford Model T pickup truck. And it was owned by a couple here in the area. They would drive it around the desert exploring.
And show me how you actually start that.
So these cars here, you would have to grab the handle there and crank that. It's much easier now, but when it was actually running, it would kick back. It would break people's arms sometimes, but that's how you started. They didn't have electric starters.
You give tours to people that come in, and you were telling me that so many people come from all around the world. What is it with the Route 66? Like, what draws people here? Why are they so impressed with this?
I think the history, for one thing. It's been in movies, television, songs. Get your kicks on Route 66. Just seeing America. You get a good slice of America from Chicago, Illinois to Santa Monica, California.
So many of the things here were donated. So many of the things were placed, like things that used to be along the roadside here in Victorville in the high desert. So it's such a gem to have it here. And you guys rely on donations, right?
Absolutely. Donations and what we sell in our gift shop. So.
And you were just telling me that the city already has plans that you're going to expand. You're going to have restaurants here, food trucks.
Yeah,
you're going to have a hotel. Like you want people to make this a destination that they come to.
Absolutely. We'd like to see this part of Victorville come back alive more than it has.
But if you have a Model T, give yourself plenty of time to get here, because it's going to take a bit to get up in cars like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thanks so much for showing us around. There's so much to see here in Victorville. And like Delvin was just saying, so many of us just kind of drive by, don't think about the history. This is a good place where you can come and dive into the history a little.
Still ahead, getting zen on the water.
Oh, the creative yoga studio in Dana Point. And get your taste buds ready. We're taking a bite out of a popular restaurant in the Inland Empire. Orange County is known for its beautiful coastline, especially in places like Dana Point.
Amanda Storantino took a class with a top-rated yoga studio, but it wasn't on land.
I mean, this is the best kind of studio you can have, just the great outdoors and right on the water as well. This is I Heart Yoga, and this is the owner of the studio, Dana Stewart. And your studio, as they were just saying, is not just a studio. You guys kind of work all over the place.
Yeah, so we started with yoga in the park. So we actually have a big park class that runs daily overlooking the harbor. We started there 15 years ago and then opened the studio 9 years ago.
And then we have people out on the water right now, so we'll have our photographer Tony come take a look at that. You can see, look at those moves. And then Bree is the one in the front in all black, and she's been doing some really incredible moves this morning that makes everyone that does yoga look. There you go. There's the splits. All right, she's going to show me up. Take a look at this video. I just tried some yoga with them, and it didn't go as well as they are doing. As you can see, I was really worried about falling in, but what a great way to start the morning. So tell me about these paddleboard classes you have.
Yeah, so we normally do the paddleboard classes second Saturday of every month. We run them year round because Weather Needed Point's always beautiful. People do fall in on occasion.
I was just about to.
Refreshing dip, yeah.
You offer some other things too. You said yoga in the park as well.
Our flagship class is the park yoga. It's $15. It runs every single day. Our studio is really beautiful. It's in the harbor and it has views of the boat. So you actually see people paddleboarding by when you're doing yoga in the studio. And then we do 3 retreats a year down to Mexico. Super affordable. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's meals, rooms, classes, everything. So it's awesome. Under $600. It's amazing.
Rated the #1 yoga studio in Dana Point for the past 7 years. So if you are in this area or if you want to come explore this area and get your yoga on, definitely check out I Heart Yoga. Back to you guys.
They were so good.
Did you see Downward Facing Dog on the board?
I can barely stretch.
I can barely do it on the floor. Very impressive.
Very. Exploring Southern California's native communities.
A look at our region's indigenous backgrounds, plus a getaway to another world. It's just a ferry ride away. We're heading to Catalina Island next.
If you're one of those people who has a sweet tooth, like me, listen up. Michelle Geely is in her stomping grounds in Newport Beach at a local favorite known for its tasty frozen treats.
This is my neighborhood. I live just over the bridge, you guys. We're on Balboa Island. You can see Marine Avenue here. It is so beautiful. Little shops, restaurants, the greatest place to walk your dog. All of my friends live on Balboa Island. I'm envious. It's so cute and quaint, the cottages, and a big part of it is Sugar and Spice. Sugar and Spice is the OG. It has been here on the island for 79 years. They've invited us into the kitchen, you guys. So, Will, I'm going to start with you as you guys whip up some delights. Let's talk about the stand and how famous it is. We talked about Arrested Development.
Sure. So the stand's been here since 1945, opened up on July 4th, 1945. We're the third family who've owned the stand. And yeah, back in the 90s, Mitch Hurwitz, who's a local, grew up here in Newport, created a show for Fox called Arrested Development. And it's a comedy classic, and it's actually kind of based on the shop here. And also, when Mitch was a kid, he and his brother had a cookie stand over in the fun zone. So the show is kind of based on those two different experiences of his. And our Banana Bob logo actually is the Bluth logo as well. They kind of borrowed him for the show.
How many bananas do you make in a night?
In a night, we go through a bunch. And yeah, we get through the line as fast as we can. The girls, we have a great team and people love it and say it's worth the wait.
Newport Beach, Balboa Island. There's so much to do here and the weather is absolutely glorious. I'm going to toss it back to you in Studio City.
That looks yummy. I want extra sprinkles. Well, Newport Beach is just a quick ferry ride from Catalina Island, a tiny oasis that makes you feel like you're in a totally different world. I recently took a trip to the island to check out some of the fun and fascinating things to do there.
Try it. It's a great sport. Will open your eyes to what's around us.
We are at Casino Point Dive Park, where thousands come every year to enjoy scuba diving. Why? Because we hear this is some of the best diving conditions in the entire country. They say the water is clearer, calmer, and warmer.
It's a marine preserve and we have a bazillion fish out here. It's kind of like an aquarium.
There's over 700 different species of aquatic animals out here.
ranging from all sizes. We have nudibranchs, the size of your pinky. We have black sea bass, giant black sea bass that are about 300 to 500 pounds, 3 to 7 feet long. So all kinds of animals under the cracks and holes. You can see lobsters, eels, octopus. We have a few tiny species of sharks that hide in the cracks and holes. All kinds of things. So every day is different. You never know what you'll see out here.
This involves a lot of equipment. What am I putting on?
So this is what we call a buoyancy compensation device, or BCD. It's what helps you float at the surface and what helps you stay at a good positioning underwater.
What do you say to people who are scared to try it?
I was too. It's actually his fault. I dive. So it's one of those things where it looks dark, it looks scary, it's kelpy down there. And what you realize when you're under the water is it's the angle of the sun. So it's bright as day down there, and it is actually not scary.
There's lots of cool stuff to see under the water here in Catalina Island, but if you really want a great view, you got to take it to the skies on a helicopter tour.
Once you get off the ground here, you're able to see the front half of the island, the back half of the island, and from above. There's so much to see on the island, which includes the sea life and also inland. If you're at the right place at the right time, you can also find some bison as well. The island's beautiful. It's about 22.5 miles long, and today is a great day to see it. And we circle the island in about 20 minutes and give you a great view of everything from Two Harbors, Avalon, and the backside of the island.
But if you're not in a helicopter, the best way to get around the island is by golf cart. Don't need a car, just riding your golf cart. So cute. There's so many great shops, restaurants. I could live here.
I am so envious of you with that trip.
Catalina was beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, you should be jealous of that one. But let's just go back together.
That would be a fun girls trip.
That would be a really fun girls trip. There's so much to do there. Okay, we're getting it done.
Okay.
Our next stop is Newbury Park, a scenic community in western Southern Oaks.
Amanda Sorrentino put on her creative cap at a unique workshop.
I've learned so much today so far, Woodworkers Retreat here in Newbury Park. I'm continuing to make my charcuterie board, as you see here. How nice is this turning out? I would like to take all the credit, but I definitely cannot. Definitely going to bring this back for our next party, you guys. How about that? This is Anna Marati, and she is the general manager here at Woodworkers Retreat. Tell us what you guys are all about here.
So we're a membership-based wood shop. We offer many things. If you know what you're doing, you can come in here as a member, just like a gym, pay a monthly fee and come do your thing. Or you can take our classes. We have classes for beginners and advanced. We also offer our facility as an event venue. And yeah, we have safety courses as well.
This is the owner, John Vanderhoeven, and this is really a dream come reality for you.
It has. It's been a passion of mine my whole life. A lot of the tools are available here for people who would love to do projects of all ranges and come in and have a maker space available to them. We do have an elaborate dust collection system here, so anybody who might be sensitive, it's just a wonderful, wonderful makers.
There's so much to learn and see here when it comes to the history of the Conejo Valley and just really the roots of how this area started here in Newbury Park. At the Stagecoach and Museum, you get to keep going back in time. So part of that is with the amazing volunteers they have that have so much history and knowledge of this. This is Susanna. You've been here for 20 years now. What makes this museum so special?
It really is a gem in the Conejo Valley. Our mission is to preserve the history of our valley, and so we represent many time periods, but especially the late 1800s to the early 1900s. This area is our Spanish adobe, which would have been common on El Rancho Conejo in the early to mid 1800s. So this would have been very common, and you can see the hornista here, which is the oven where they would have cooked not their pizza, but their various food. And you can see the metate here, where they would grind corn. And in the school programs, they actually pound acorns, which were common in our area, and do things that represent the time period.
And as we move more back in time, way back, we'll keep moving down into the Chumash village. Fred, you know, this area is very special, the beginning stages of the Conejo Valley. Tell us about what we're seeing here.
Well, this is our Chumash village. The Chumash have been living in this area since at least 10,000 years ago, and with every new archaeological dig, they're pushing that time back even further.
Very neat to see. Back to you guys.
There are several Native American tribes in Southern California.
And Rick Montanez visited a museum in Banning, preserving and showcasing some of that rich history.
This place is so special, the Malki Museum, and I want to point out first that they have their own press. They write and created and publish these books that teach about Native American history and culture. This museum is the oldest nonprofit founded by Native Americans on a California Indian reservation. We've got some baskets. These were, I understand, woven a long time ago. They were donated to the museum, and a lot of this is done by ancestors of people who still live in the community. Marguerite Pablo is another board member here, the executive board president, who is here to tell us about the garden and what makes it so special.
What I just said is greetings and come on in. So what's so special about our garden? It is useful medicinally for food, and it was also used for housing, and dedicated to Catherine Sivasabo, who was the overseer of it. And as you walk around the garden, you can see the many plants that our people used long ago.
And that's what's so cool is I think a lot of people may not have the understanding that it can be used for so much. These plants, like you said, food, medicine, housing. There's so much rich history and culture that is preserved here at the museum.
Yes, that's true.
All right, so you can just stop on by. You don't need a reservation here, but bring your ID because you'll have to check in with the guard shack to come up here. But it's a special place. Marguerite, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Fresh from the farm to your table.
The agricultural side of Southern California is coming up. And we've got all the tea on the beautiful flower you see here, covered cafe that's steeped in elegance. You know what I always say about us?
What?
We're handy with a knife and fork.
You know we like to eat, girl. All right, we are big foodies around here, and Southern California is known for its amazing and diverse cuisines.
Rick Montanez went to Beaumont to take a bite out of its dining scene.
Tacos El Checo invited us in here, and local real estate agent and football coach, the man who does it all, Sergio Olvera, you opened this last September, and you told me that you wanted to open a business in Beaumont specifically. This is where you've lived for 15 years, your kids growing up here. What is it that's so special about the community for you?
The reason I love Beaumont is because it's a really tight-knit community. It's football country out here, and that's what we do. We love football, we love tacos, and the community is really tight, and they really supported us and our family, so we're really happy to be here.
And describe for me the wedding plate. This is something that a lot of people may understand. This is a special recipe from your grandmother, so take that, explain to me about that, and I'm going to try some tacos while we talk.
So our wedding plate is our birria plate, which is a plate of rice and beans. Our birria comes as my grandmother's recipe from Jalisco. So if you're Mexican, you know, if you go to a Mexican wedding, you eat birria, rice and beans.
Congratulations here on Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, Tacos El Checo. You should come try it out right off the 10 freeway. So as you're heading out to Palm Springs, make a stop and support a local business. But Tommy, this restaurant has been in your family for decades. A lot of people may be familiar with locations that used to be open in the San Gabriel Valley. One still open, the original in Pasadena.
Yes, the Domenico's was started by my grandpa and grandma in 1960. They had 5 sons, and they all had a store at one time. Now it's just this store and the original store in Pasadena.
Well, lucky us, we have the 2 locations still, and these are all, a lot of this is the same recipes, the same, like you were saying, salad dressing that your grandma used, and so everything has continued.
Everything has continued as my grandma would want it, and there's her bread and her meatballs and her sauce and her famous antipasta salad, so I think that's why we're successful, because we continue the tradition.
We love Beaumont, we love the town, we love the community, so it was perfect for us.
Yeah, and people here recognize the name even from as far away as Pasadena. If you're looking for a great taste of Italy, stop in and try it out. Back to you guys.
Oh, that looks so good.
I almost bit the screen, Jamie.
I know, let's wipe our chins.
Let's get it together, get it
saliva.
together.
All right, if you're looking for Bridgerton vibes in Orange County, we've got you covered.
Amanda Starrentino put her pinkies up and tasted some treats at a special flower-covered cafe.
This is the Tea House on Los Rios. There's so much history here, and just everything is so special and beautiful. All these little details. Just look at this spread that we have here, and that's why people keep coming back to the Tea House. Damien Orozco is actually part of the history of this. This is your family's business for almost more than 100 years.
That's right, Amanda. My name is Damien, and my family and I have owned and operated the tea house since 1996, but the house that we're currently in is from 1911, and we're on the oldest residential street in the entire state of California. So lots of history, lots of fun, unique areas that the tea house has, and just really, really special to showcase an afternoon tea experience, lunch experience, and brunch in Southern California.
And people obviously love it because I was saying that I wanted to bring my mom here, but I need to book 6 weeks out. So if you want to come check this out, definitely make a reservation. Tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here.
Absolutely. So we specialize in our lunch experiences. We have entree salads, hot entrees, and of course our special scones that you're seeing right there. Homemade jam, our early California cream, and we specialize in the afternoon tea experience with tea sandwiches, petit four desserts, fresh fruit, and we serve over 58 different types of loose leaf organic tea.
Everything you see here, you can come and enjoy and just really take part in this experience. I mean, this just really wraps up San Juan Capistrano, just the beauty and elegance of this beautiful area out here. Well, let's take a seat and we're going to enjoy some lunch, and we are going to send it back to you. So, pinkies up. Back to you guys.
Only Amanda could pull off that hat.
She looks amazing. She should keep that fascinator.
Yes, excuse me.
I'm a lady who loves to TJ me. It's my classiest. You should see me.
Moving on. Much of SoCal consists of busy cities, but it used to be very agricultural.
That's right. Coming up, we'll go back to our roots and visit some beloved farms that are still standing today. Also, setting off to new heights, my trip to a museum honoring aviation pioneers and veterans. That's next. Agriculture to aviation, Chino's got it all. I recently went down to the Inland Empire City to explore its historic and present-day culture, starting with Billy's Egg Farm.
I come in from Corona about every 3 weeks to buy their eggs. They're the best. Nothing fresher, and the yolks are orange.
My wife and I started 31 years ago. I grew up on a farm here in Chino. This farm came available, so my wife and I bought it. 25,000 chickens. We get about 19,000 eggs a day. We hand gather all the eggs here every day.
I'm at the Plains of Fame Air Museum at the Chino Airport, and that's the cool part about Chino. This aviation history, there's so much depth to it, but the Chino Airport was actually a training base during World War II and now home to preserving all of this amazing aircraft.
What we're standing in front of is an aircraft from World War II. It was flown by Germany, and it was shot, and it had to land in a crash landing, and he landed on a frozen lake. He walked away, the lake melted, the plane sunk to the bottom, and 60 years later, this is what she looks like. Ed Maloney started this with a vision that these aircraft need to be preserved so that future generations can experience and enjoy them.
From flying to farming to food, now we're at the Avocado House. It's a local favorite here in Chino. Look at this amazing spread.
You get to come and sit at a cute, quaint, inviting house, or you can sit on our wraparound porch.
Everything that we do here, we try to make it as fresh as possible, all the ingredients. So let me show you right here, we have our chilaquiles. Tri-tip steak chilaquiles. Our cinnamon roll French toast.
No, I've heard that is one of the stars here.
It is. We make that from scratch. Also, our caramel sauce is one of the people's favorites.
Montebello is a bustling city east of LA and south of the San Gabriel Valley. But before it became that, it started out as a farming community. Amanda Starantino got a tour of Broguer's dairy farm.
I can tell you their milk is utterly good, so you definitely got to check it out. You probably already have tried it before because they are in stores. Owner of Broguer's Farm Fresh Dairy is Chris Broguer. This has been in the family for a very, very long time. A lot of history here.
It all started in about 1918. My great-grandfather had a lemon orchard. The lemon orchard failed, and he bought a handful of cows, started the plant here, and it grew as the years went on.
To what it is now. So the cows are now up in Northern California, and that's where the milk is processed. But right here is where you can experience this piece of history that's been around now for more than 100 years. Can you believe that? So obviously it's sticking around for a good reason. What makes your milk so good?
Our milk is from one herd, same herd every time. As soon as it's made, it's shipped down from Northern California. By the time you buy it, it's been out of the cow for maybe more than 1 day.
As fresh as it gets.
Yes.
All right. So, we can't leave here without trying some of this milk. So, all right. Hopefully. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Got milk, guys? Delicious. Listen to these kids. They are so talented. And this is at Q Music here in Montebello. They are singing De Colores for us and playing it too. Here they teach mariachi by Jimmy Cuellar. So he is the owner of this place. It's been open just for a little bit.
Yeah, since February we opened up our doors.
Congratulations. So what do you guys do here?
We focus on mariachi music. Of course, we do all instruments, violins, trumpet, vihuela, guitarrón, accordion. And also we began offering ballet folklorico classes.
Lots of ages you have.
Yeah, we start from 5 all the way up to my oldest student is 71.
These kids are learning from a superstar over here. A really great career. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean, I started ballet when I was 5, but then I started mariachi professionally at the age of 21. Got my first Grammy in 2004. And
can't keep track of all of them.
I know, yeah, it's been a while. And then right now I have my own group, Mariachi Garibaldi. We travel around all of the United States. From September to the end of the year is our busiest season, so we do a lot of traveling. And I work with a lot of artists. I have pictures of all the artists I perform with here in the office, and it's a blast. And I just love passing it down. I have to, you know.
I'm going to leave it with you guys just listening to them, because listen to how talented they are.
Cute barn animals and fierce felines.
We're taking a step on the wild side in Moorpark. That's next. Tucked between the rolling hills of Moorpark is an ideal destination for people young and old.
Amanda Starrentino stopped by Underwood Family Farms to see what they have to offer.
Anyone who really grew up in Ventura County or Los Angeles County has probably come to this farm before. This is a staple for so many kids in the area. Tell us a little bit of what we have going on over here. These are just some of the options of things that people can pick out.
So we have a variety of flowers. You can pick snapdragons, sunflowers, zinnias, of course the lavender, make bouquets. We also have pick your own strawberries, pick your own fruits and vegetables. Our blueberries are at our Somas location.
Well, just look at this spread. It's just absolutely beautiful. All the colors you can pick, and just the flowers too everywhere, all over this farm. That was the first thing I noticed when I came in here. Also, we have our friends back. I know you were asking about them. So we've got some ducks there, the goats, even a bunny. So there's a bunch of farm animals out here that kids can play with.
We have a wide variety. All of these that you are looking at right now, we have, and we also have Scottish Highland calves. We have pigs and a donkey and alpacas, so all animals that you'll find out on the farm.
This is my new friend Neil, and that's Karma as well. Aren't they just beautiful tigers here at the teaching zoo at Moorpark College? These are pretty well-trained animals here.
They are, and actually the trainers that you see right now are part of our students, so they are student trainers as part of our program here at the teaching zoo.
I'm still amazed that you got a tiger to sit on command, because my cats would never do that. Wow. So this is not just a college program. This is also a zoo that families can come to as well.
Yeah, so we're open on the weekends from 11 to 4:30. So we do birthday parties here. We have animal presentations. We have keeper chats. And we do large animal feedings. So you guys will get to see Neil and Karma close up.
What else do you have here?
We have raccoons. We have primates. We have hoofstock animals. We have reptiles. We've got a little bit of everything here. So you have a chance to see a real big variety of animals, some native, some that are not so native, but all have a very special relationship to us and to their student trainers here.
Okay, that's not all that happened in Moorpark.
Yeah, here's a look at some of the fun and unexpected moments.
This is Apricot, and we are at Underwood Family Farms in Moorpark here in Ventura County. I don't know if you can hear me over Apricot.
Just let the goat do the
this
talking.
One obviously wants to be doing my live shot. I know, we'll just let him do the talking, but I'm also wanting to hear this piano too. We are in the lavender fields here. This opens up tomorrow. Okay, you can have the spotlight now. There you go.
I know you're quiet.
Oh, see, just one on the camera. Back to you guys.
A lot going on there. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to follow
I think if you panned left and there was a list of 100 things I thought would be there,
someone played
a piano was number 127.
I thought it was going to be the mother goat.
The piano was so random.
We were all like, what?
Goats, piano, a field.
But
you know what?
Worked.
It always works because it's SoCal Spotlight. Thank you for watching our SoCal Spotlight Best of special. I'm Sheba Turk.
And I'm Jamie Yuccas. We hope you are enjoying exploring some of the unique, popular, and hidden gems of Southern California.